So the top two quarterbacks in the 2023 draft was seen training with Jalen Hurts. Interesting. Today on the Philly Talk podcast, we talk about that. Plus, we touch on Jalen Carter really falling to the Eagles at 10. Will we draft him? Howie Roseman and the Eagles have the best chance to get it right with the all-field stuff because we have access to more information. I'll tell you why. Plus, we got to talk about safety Ryan Neal, who is now a free agent. We got 21.3 mil in cap space. Should we do it? And before we play the intro, let's go.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk podcast. And today, we got some things to get into. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, help your boy out and hit that like button. Y'all been killing it. Subscribe if you are new, and ding the bell so you know when we go live or drop videos. We will be live today at 7 p.m. for the Jan app live stream. If you got the Jan app, please come on the show and share your Eagle opinion, not just in the chat, but on the screen. Remember, come back for it at 7 p.m. Let's get into it. So Eagle Nation by Richie D3 shared that Jalen Hurts was seemingly training with C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young yesterday in California Beach. And it wasn't yesterday. It was over the weekend yesterday. I was busy this weekend to report it. I think it was more on March 31st. But this is just big for the simple fact that a lot of people on Twitter and fans are still trying to critique Jalen as a passer, as this, that, and the third, after having a runner-up to the MVP type season, right? All-Pro 2, and losing by 3 in the Super Bowl. He still somehow can't do this or can't do that or blah, blah, blah. He is a baller. The young, up-and-coming quarterbacks see it. The guys who are already here and arrived, Pat Mahomes, had nothing but kind words before the Super Bowl and after Super Bowl. Guys like Travis Kelce saying straight up he could have won the MVP of the Super Bowl with the loss. The NFL players respect and know who Jalen Hurts is, and it's all just begun. With his work ethic, with his strive for greatness, man, I can't wait to see what the next 5 to 6 years look like, and that's why the Eagles got to get a contract. But again, C.J. Stroud, he's going to be this, that, and the third. Bryce Young, great. Put some respect on Jalen Hurts' name as a fan, because the rest of the league, the guys coming in and the guys who are already here, they already done it. Now, I want to talk about, let's just take this. And shout out to D3 Richie for sharing these. Jalen Hurts, he got a little glimmer of a smile there. And I'm not sure. And this is just, a fan. You know what I mean? The guy taking a picture with Jalen and with C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young. I don't think he's a football player, just a fan. But it's good to know that, the connection in the quarterback community is close. And that's why they know who can make it in this league and who can't. We'll see where Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud end up. One of them will be the number 1 overall pick to the Carolina Panthers with Frank Wright. We'll see how that all goes. Let's talk about Jalen Carter. Shout out to Brendan for tweeting this. Georgia D tackle Jalen Carter's first team visit was with the Eagles. Today he visited the Bears, but his first visit was with the Eagles. And he and his agent said they are not going to visit any team outside the top 10 because they still feel like they're going to be drafted, if worse, number 10 to the Philadelphia Eagles. He's declining to visit the guy at 11, 12, 13, and blah, 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 blah. He talked with the Eagles. I think if he's comfortable enough to not even approach anybody past 10, the Eagles pretty much told him, if you're there at 10, we're going to take you. But Philly Mike, what if the off-field issues are a big problem? What if he doesn't have the love for the game, laziness, the attitude? What if all that rears its ugly head? Well, let me just say this. The Eagles should know. Jalen Carter visited the Eagles. They got to talk to him. If we pick him at 10, I'm confident in Howie Roseman and the organization doing their due diligence and saying, we believe. Mind you, they spoke intensely with him, and they got two players that they can talk to behind the scenes in the Kobe Dean and Jordan Davis to understand the character of Jalen Carter, right? These guys played years, not 1 year, but years with this guy on a defense that won a national championship, that was a tight group of guys. And I know Nakobe Dean and Jordan Davis was upset, not necessarily at Jalen Carter, but about the situation of the Georgia player and, staff member passing away in that accident. But if anybody's going to be able to tell Howie Roseman, this guy does love the game of football. We believe in this locker room with two of his friends, plus the leadership of guys like BG and Fletch, we can get this guy right, and he is a monster. We showed some film on Friday's episode, because Friday we talked about Jalen Carter slipping to the Eagles, two teams taking him off his board, and the Raiders and the Lions. And I said I have to keep following the tea leaves as it pertains to his off-field issues, because we heard some people say, he doesn't got the love for the game. He's just good. Who knows if he's ever going to, all that other stuff. But Howie Roseman being able to speak with him himself, having the Kobe Dean and Jordan Davis to talk on who he is as a player in the locker room, who he is as a leader, as a friend, as a guy not on the field, not playing in the grass, but behind the scenes. Who is this guy? The Bears. Who else is in the top 10? The Bears, the Falcons. These guys don't have the inside scoop from a UGA teammate. We got two teammates, two different perspectives. We should know if he's worth the 10th pick in his totality more than any other team. And for him to say, I'm not visiting no team past 11, 12, 13, 14, is because the Eagles probably told him, bro, if you here, we got you. We talked to Kobe Dean, we talked to Jordan Davis, and we talked to you. That's just my guess. Because that's pretty confident to say, hey, I don't need to visit anybody outside of top 10, because I'm going top 10. Worst case scenario, 10. Last but not least, let's talk about Ryan Neal. Over this weekend, I think it was Friday night, he was, not waived, but the Seattle Seahawks had a restricted tag on him, but they changed it to be an unrestricted free agent. Seahawks waived the tender on safety Ryan Neal, making him eligible to sign with any team. He was the third highest ranked safety in 2023 by Pro Football Focus, primarily by his covering ability. And the thing that puts the cherry on top is he played under Sean Desai last year, who wasn't the DC in Seattle, but he was the assistant coach. Pete Carroll is a defensive-minded coach, so he still was in the defensive-minded schemes, the play calling, or at least the game plan on defense for each game on Sunday, Monday, whenever you play them. So it would be interesting. And a lot of people are saying, well, Reed Blankenship, we believe in him. We already got Terrell Edmonds. I understand that. But we do have the cap space to make an offer. And mind you, we lost two safeties, Marcus Sepson and CJ Gardner-Johnson. The Eagles are one of the teams that play a lot of three safeties. We played it under Jonathan Gannon, and I do think we'll play under Sean Desai. If you go look, he likes to play big nickel. When he plays big nickel to also help out the run, sometimes he puts that extra safety there so you can keep Terrell Edmonds in the box and have guys like Reed Blankenship and Ryan Neal spread out in coverage. I think this would be a perfect signing for the simple fact that you got your run stopper in Terrell Edmonds. You got a short tackler and Reed Blankenship. Then you got your cover guy, legit cover guy, in number 26, Ryan Neal. Again, who knows if we make this move, but he is a guy who knows Sean Desai's system, or at least how he coaches. And again, we got the money, we got the cap space to do it. And I do think, again, I do believe in Reed Blankenship. But what if we get an injury in that secondary? We don't have the deep safety. Think about last year. Reed Blankenship was our third guy. He came in while guys were healthy and when guys were hurt. I would still like to have that comfort this year. And you can ease Reed Blankenship in. Mind you, Marcus Epps, before he got his starting job, was that third safety for the Eagles for 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row, he was the third safety, played good, really good at the third safety, not last year, the year before, and then got the starting job, played great, and now he's getting paid for the Raiders. So I think it's still a pretty darn smart decision to even at least throw an offer out there for the former Seattle Seahawk safety who had his best year last year. Now he comes with bookend corners, one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. Every time you play with these, if you're a safety and you got these type of corners and this type of pass rush, it's only going to make your job easier. We've seen it with Marcus Epps. We've seen it with Reed Blankenship. We've seen it with C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Oh, no, but Philly Mike, Gardner-Johnson was just great. Okay, he said it out his own mouth after the Saints game. Part of the reason why I'm so good is because Slay and Bradbury lock up. Lock up. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, Eagle Nation. Drop the muscle emoji. If you got nothing else to say, drop anything in the chat. But I do like to hear from you. Let me know your take on Jalen Carter, Ryan Neal, and how you feel about Jalen Hurts as the guy that everybody want to work out with. CJ Stroud and Bryce Young hope that they are as good. Well, I don't know. Listen, watching some film, not because we're going to draft a quarterback, but I came across some Stroud and Bryce Young stuff, and I wanted to watch it a little bit to see who I think is better. I still think Bryce Young is the better guy. Don't like his size. But I seen some throws today. Shout out to Brendan, who shared a couple of them. CJ made some incredible throws. Hey, we'll see. We'll see. Leave me your thoughts and comments. Hit that like button for your boy. It's free. It's easy. It don't cost a thing. And I will be back 7 p.m. We going to chop it up barbershop style. You know what I mean? We out.